Hey everybody, welcome. This is Lee Roth with the Dinking Training Institute along with James Ramirez, my partner out here in California. And we have taken this opportunity to come to you because, you know, with everything that's been going on in the world, let alone our industry over the course of this year with COVID-19 and different aspects of the industry changing, and not just the PDR industry, but the automotive reconditioning industry in general, we wanted to take an opportunity to actually sit and talk with each other and ask each other some questions, because James gets such a mix of different students here in California. I get so many different students in Texas and in the other remote locations that I travel and train to, that we obviously get an opportunity to talk to so many different people from so many different avenues of life and where they're coming from to the industry, that we want to kind of share that with y'all and also pick each other's brains as far as who he's been running into compared to who I've been running into, and so on and so forth. So James, thanks for obviously you doing this with me as we always do, and we love doing these things. So kind of take us through the last, well, pretty much all of 2020. I mean, here it is, you know, the middle of October, and the guys that have been coming in and the people that have been coming into the school, especially here in California, where are they coming from?
I think, you know, the guys that we're coming in right now at this time with what everything that's going on are guys that are trying to just build their business, if not start something totally new. Okay, a good majority of the guys that decided to come through in these past couple of months since we've been open again are trying to, you know, create a new business for themselves, trying to basically be in charge of their own thing. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of guys got laid off. A lot of people got laid off across, you know, not just here, you know, in California, but across the U.S.
Absolutely.
And with that, I think it just helped them realize that, hey, you know what, I got to do something for myself. I got to be in control of it. You know, and what better way to come out here and learn one of our systems, you know, paint, windshield, PDR, whatever it is, you know, because all of that stuff involving the auto industry really didn't slow down.
Right.
You know, as a matter of fact, a lot of my technician buddies here in Southern California actually were busier than they've ever been.
Right.
You know, and on top of that, we also had a lot of veterans come through too, mm-hmm. you know, who decided to exercise their post 9/11 GI Bill and say, hey, you know what, this is the time. You know, work's a little bit slow for me in whatever industry I was doing aside from the auto industry, and this is a perfect time for me to come down, exercise that, and get training.
Right.
You know, and of course we had our guys come through that were being, you know, trained through or sent down here from other dealerships and trying to add on to their existing business, trying again to capitalize on some of that PDR money out there, if you will.
Sure.
You know, so and how's it been out there in Texas for you?
It's basically been the same thing. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head as far as guys being able to have a little bit better handle and control of their own destiny. Mm-hmm. You know, not having to rely on working for somebody else, and or like you said, different automotive reconditioning processes that we have that guys can do in the industry. I've seen so many body shop guys come in to add PDR.
Yeah.
I've seen detailers that are coming to us to add PDR to their already established, well-operating detail business, mm-hmm. and they're adding PDR to it. They're adding windshield repair to it. They're adding interior repair to it. You know, we've got a guy on campus right now that you've been working with the last couple of days that has a detail business, mm-hmm. and he's here doing interior, ceramic coating, and PDR to add all that to his established business. So I'm seeing the same thing. I mean, I've done a couple of dealership training, as you know, recently, and they're doing the same thing. They're going in-house mm-hmm. instead of bringing somebody in because, you know, it's more profitable for them, for the dealership. Let alone it allows them to have more control over what they do, which is the same thing for anybody that owns their individual business. So,
exactly.
You know, it's I've seen the same thing that you're saying throughout the country, Texas as well. It's pretty cool though. I mean, guys are really trying to spread their wings and have extra income streams to their already established business.
Mm-hmm. Now, in your opinion, why do you think it was that the auto recon industry really didn't slow down, but instead it got busier?
I think part of it, to be honest with you, I think part of it was people have been so scared as to what the next step is going to be and where their money was going to come from. I could be wrong. I don't know percentages and I don't know specific numbers, but I kind of got the impression that car sales itself was mm-hmm. down. Mm-hmm. That's my understanding that the car sales have been down, but I think the reconditioning side picked up because people were keeping those cars this year that they would have normally traded in. So they're like, you know what? I've made the commitment. I'm going to keep this thing for another couple of years. So let's clean it up a little bit. Let's get rid of the dents. Let's fix, the cigarette burns that are in the seats, and let's have I'm going to get my wheels fixed, get a couple of rock chips done in the windshield, and just fix it up. And this way it's going to last me another couple of years, and I'm going to be driving it for 2 more years, so I want it to look as nice as I possibly can.
And I think the other big factor there, too, was time. A lot of people were home, not going anywhere, not doing anything. They didn't need their cars, so they had time to go and drop their cars off and get it, paint corrected and ceramic coated and windshield indents and those hail jobs that they were holding on to that check for, forever. And they said, fine, screw it, let's get this stuff done.
Absolutely. And, that's a very valid point because, let's face it, so many people, us included, because of the time that we were off as well, people did have that extra time, like you said, to just, and they're sitting there staring at the car in the driveway or at their apartments under the carport going, that's got dents all over it. Let's get it fixed. So I agree. It may sound silly when we say it that way, but it's the truth that I think that's a lot of what happened. So what has been, sorry, let me back up. The guys that are coming in that are adding to their established business, let's say, somebody like the gentleman that we've got here that's adding those into his detail business. What have been the most add-ons? Are you seeing more body shop guys adding on something else, or what are they adding on?
I think PDR is always going to be big.
Yeah.
If they're not doing it already, they're always going to be adding on PDR. They want it, if they're a detailer, they already have the customer there. That customer that they have is paying attention to detail. He's going to want those dents taken out, right?
Sure.
The other new system I think that the Ding King is offering is our paint correction ceramic coating. That's been huge this past year. It's a 2-day course. Guys are coming through. Even if they were detailers already, an actual auto detailer doing interior, exterior, this was taking it to a whole nother level. Right. They were going through a 3 and 4 stage process at times and fully correcting the paint and making it look immaculate, right? And then on top of that, they were adding this, ceramic coating, this new, this not new product, but this product now that the Ding King has, and we manufacture on our own, and they're applying that to a vehicle now and making that car look 10 times better.
Yeah.
On top of that, there was a couple of windshield, trainees and stuff like that, and we have interior and so on. But I think those are the 2 biggest: was paintless dent repair and ceramic coating, which they're huge. They go hand in hand.
And I totally agree with the paint correction and ceramic coating. And it's something, as far as paint correction, it's something that you and I've been doing for a long time. Obviously, the ceramic coating is a little bit newer to the industry, but I don't think even some people within the industry, don't realize the extent that the difference between a good buffing of the car in even a good high quality detail, what the difference between that and a true paint correction is. When and a lot of times, depending on the circumstances or what the customer's wish is, we'll wet sand the entire car. We can take all the orange peel out of the car and make that paint look like glass.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll go to that extent and then do a 3 and 4 stage buff process before we even talk about the ceramic coating. And it is incredible what you can do with a car and where you can bring one back from. And I don't think people really realize the extent of a true paint correction.
Yeah, and what's funny is I think I'm looking at the logo there on the on the back behind the camera. But it's funny, people see our name, the Ding King, and people think that that's all we do is paintless dent repair.
Sure.
Right? And some people think that it's like a Chinese fast food takeout, or they have no idea. But with us being the Ding King and having that name, like I said, a lot of people just seen us only as a PDR school, and we're not. We have all of these other systems, whether it's smart paint repair, bumper refinishing, wheel restoration, windshield chip, window tinting, paint correction, ceramic coating, PDR, and everything else, odor removal. There's a lot of things that we do.
Headlight restoration, everything,
and a lot of guys don't know about that, but again, these are systems that we do offer, and we have guys coming through and training every day.
Absolutely. Yeah, and these are, and that's kind of the whole point here is that there's so many different aspects to the automotive reconditioning industry that you can have a very well-established business. You can be very successful at one thing. It's like you and I both know some detailers out there that do incredible work. They make a very successful business, but with a very small investment relatively small. It depends on the person. I don't want to discount anything. But with a relatively small investment and an investment of time, you can take that to such another level. And now is such a perfect opportunity for people to do that because of things like we've been dealing with this year. It just kind of smacks you in the face going, wait a minute, I need to step up my game just to make sure I'm okay for the future. To be able to have that end game, to control my own destiny, all of those different factors. And it's and so many of them. Windshield chip repair is one of the examples I always use. Because so many times one of our students will say, okay, I want to add in another recon to what I'm already doing. I'm a detailer. I'm taking PDR. What's the one other thing you recommend for me to do that's a great income stream? First thing I say, windshield repair.
Oh, easily.
It's a very, very straightforward, simple repair. It's an excellent money-making income stream. It's very easy to learn, and it's very profitable.
Yeah.
I mean, because your consumables that you use is very nominal, and it's most of it's labor, like PDR is. So it's a great income stream. That's the first thing I always tell everybody.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's a plug-and-play system. I mean, open it up right out of the box. You can go ahead and start using it.
Absolutely.
Day one. A couple hours from now, let me show you how to use it. Get you home and start using that right away.
And you and I both have had that happen. We've done a windshield class in the morning and have genuinely had a student do a repair that afternoon and get paid for it. So it is that straightforward.
And like with any of the other systems, windshield repair or anything else that we're offering, the more valuable you make yourself as a technician, the more you have to offer to that customer. And again, that makes you a whole hell of a lot more valuable.
Absolutely.
And you're getting that extra money that's being left on the table. And again, if you are successful at just PDR or successful at paint correction, surface coating, and so on, that's awesome. More power to you. But you have a bigger market now to reach the more you start offering all of these other systems.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Well, guys, I really appreciate y'all joining us for this, and we hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. James?
You can give us a call at 1-800-304-3464. You can reach us on the web at thedingking.com or any one of our social media platforms, Facebook, The Ding King Training Institute, Instagram, Official Ding King, or you can drop us a line right here on this video. We thank you again, first off, for watching these videos, these YouTube videos. Share them. Send them to your friends that are interested in them. Even if they're not interested in them, just share them. It gets our numbers up. Tell everybody about them. If you have questions about our systems, our products, our tools, look us up, give us a call. And, for myself and Lee here in California, I'm sure we'll be seeing you guys again soon.
Take care.